Hey everybody, I'm Mark Garcia of the McCormick Kitchens, and I want to show you how to make seafood simple. Now, seafood's a wonderfully healthy alternative to beef and chicken, yet for some reason people still aren't making it at home. We hear lots of reasons why, but the most common is that people think it's just too hard to make. But with McCormick products, it really isn't. In fact, it can be simple. For instance, McCormick Recipe Inspirations takes the guesswork out of cooking seafood because they include the perfect recipe and pre-measured, high-quality, field-fresh herbs and spices to complement your dish. Just like this mouth-watering, restaurant-inspired citrus-baked salmon with orange salsa. This one's based on a trend you may find to be increasingly popular across different restaurant menus, the pairing of fresh citrus and fresh fish. In less than an hour, you can bring this exciting flavor combination to the table. So delicious and so simple. Now, the herbs and spice in this recipe bring out salmon's buttery texture, and the recipe provides you with 3 layers of flavor, from a marinade, from a spice rub, and an orange salsa to top things off. Now, McCormick Recipe Inspiration makes it even easier to cook perfect salmon because a lot of the work is already done for you. Not only are the herbs and spices you need pre-measured, the recipe is right there on the back, so you can tear it off and keep it for next time. Now, in this package, you get 1 teaspoon of McCormick paprika, 1 teaspoon of thyme leaves, you get a teaspoon of minced garlic, half a teaspoon of ground ginger, and half a teaspoon of McCormick Gourmet Collection Sicilian sea salt. Along with the McCormick Recipe Inspirations, all you need for the recipe is a 1/4 cup of orange juice, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, an optional half teaspoon of grated orange peel, and of course, 1 pound of salmon fillets. Now, for the orange salsa, you'll need 2 11-ounce cans of mandarin oranges drained and cut into half-inch pieces. You'll also need 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh red bell pepper and 1 tablespoon of chopped fresh cilantro. We'll bake the salmon after marinating it and rubbing it with the citrus spice mixture. Next, we'll finish it off with some of the orange salsa, and you'll have a meal that combines citrus and seafood simply and deliciously. So first, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. The next thing you'll want to do is to mix all of the pre-measured spices in a small bowl and then set it aside. For the salmon, mix your orange juice, olive oil, and 1½ teaspoons of the spice mixture. Then add the spice mixture in a large resealable plastic bag. Then add the salmon and lightly turn to coat. You'll want to refrigerate the marinated salmon for 30 minutes. Now, you don't want to go any longer than 30 minutes because the acid in the orange juice will tend to cook or toughen up the salmon if it's held for longer than 30 minutes. Now, onto the salsa. Mix all of your salsa ingredients and 1 teaspoon of the remaining spice mixture into a medium-sized bowl. Cover it and place it in the fridge until you're ready to serve. Now, for the salmon, stir your brown sugar and orange peel into what's left of the spice mixture into a small bowl or a shallow glass dish. You can discard the remaining bag of marinade as well. Rub it with the mixture. Place your salmon on a foil-lined baking pan and then bake in the oven at 400 degrees for 10 to 15 minutes. While our salmon bakes, let's talk about buying the perfect salmon. Ideally, the first step is finding a really great local seafood department. Your local supermarket or the fish department at your local grocer can be an excellent source here. Now, the seafood clerk should be able to properly handle, ice, and display all varieties of fish. But more importantly, they should be able to answer any basic questions you have regarding the origin and quality of the fish or shellfish that they're selling to you. Overall, you want to look for a fish that's got great appearance, one without any cuts or bruises. Now, if the fish is whole, the eyes should be clear and nice and bright. The gills should be bright pink to maroon in color. Now, once you get home, store the seafood in its original package in the refrigerator and prepare that seafood within 3 days. Otherwise, be sure to freeze the salmon when you get home from the store. Your seafood clerk can give you some of this butcher paper to wrap it in. That'll help keep it in the freezer a lot better. Now, let's check on our salmon. Oh, that smells delicious. Now, like any fish, you'll know it's done when it flakes very easily with a fork. I can see that it's already starting to separate here a little bit. For the plating today, I've got some fresh steamed asparagus, and we're going to put some of that salsa that we made earlier with the mandarin oranges, the cilantro, and the red bell pepper. We're just going to top that right there. Boy, that smells wonderful, especially fresh out of the oven. I have to take a bite, I have to know. That was delicious. Amazing flavors. So remember to save the recipe card. It comes right off the back here. You have a wonderful picture, and you've got all the ingredients for the next time you want to make this delicious dish. I'm Mark Garcia of the McCormick Kitchens. This is citrus baked salmon with orange salsa, and that's seafood made simple.